All right, so this is only JS. She's actually big on TikTok as well. I've seen some of her stuff before. Why is she standing on a chair? That's just her thing. She just does
Hype.
her little things in
It's
weird
Listen,
spaces.
if I stood on a chair, we would get 1,000 views too.
Yeah. Tom,
It's
stand up.
more
Let's
entertaining.
go. All right, here
Gotta get
goes.
into
Here goes hotel secrets that we don't want people to know.
Secrets that hotels do not want you to know about. Everything at a hotel is negotiable as long as you're not rude. They're willing to do this because they think you'll leave a good review. Don't use the glass cups in your room. There are so many maid stories of them saying that they just use the same rag from the bathroom to make it look clean. Most maid staffs don't have a whole lot of time to clean each room. You usually just end up fixing the sheets and pillows, but they don't change anything unless it's the end of the week or if there's a visible stain. If you want a deep clean in your room, tip your maid. The best time to book a hotel is ASAP because prices always tend to go up. But if you're trying to book a hotel room at night, it's definitely going to be more expensive than trying to book it during the day because that's when most people are trying to get a room. If you're booking online, make sure you clear your history after comparing prices for a little bit because websites will raise the prices if they see you're looking at their page for too long. Here's some secrets.
All right, so
There's a
little bit.
There's a lot to take in there.
There's quite a bit to unpack there.
Let's bring it back up and kind of take it take by take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like break it down.
Break it down. Give me 1 second. I don't have enough things up here. All right, so
want you to know about. Everything at a hotel is negotiable
Okay,
as long
pause.
as you're not rude.
Everything at a hotel is negotiable as long as you're not rude.
true or false? We're gonna do true or false. Let's true or false this one. I'm gonna say false.
I'm gonna say okay. I want to say false. However,
There's always a however. We
if
work in
you're-
hospitality, right? There's gray
you're
areas.
really
everywhere.
nice to the front desk all the time. The front desk is more likely to do something nice for you. So,
Right.
you know,
But
especially if you've had an issue, if you're nice, we're
I
more
feel
likely to try to do it up for you.
I feel like this opens up the door for guests to just walk right into the front desk to try to be really nice and then just ask for a discount immediately
Well,
because they were nice.
we had a guest that would come in asking for a discount and had me on the phone for 3 hours a shift.
Just because she was a diamond member.
She was really nice. She had 2 million.
She was nice until I told her no. Then she wasn't very nice anymore.
She wasn't nice to me when I tried to get her
Yeah.
off the phone. And then she would find any excuse to not talk to me.
We are training all of our staff to bill for bedspreads. That's how I replace them. Dylan, how else do you replace your bedspreads in your hotel?
Okay, so
come on.
this one I'll give her half points for.
Well, yes, because I feel like no matter what, you shouldn't be rude to your hotel.
You shouldn't be rude.
Staff.
You shouldn't be rude. And staff is, I think, just in general, humans are more likely to be nice to you if you're nice to them. So
Exactly.
but I don't think it's like a negotiation thing. It's
Yeah.
not. That's not what it is.
Right. Josh will get to this one here in a few moments, but yes.
Oh, she does. She goes ahead more than implies it. She doesn't imply it.
Yeah, lots to unpack here, fact and fiction. Thank you, Dylan. So you get it. All right. So let's go to the next one.
They're willing to do this because they think
Oh.
you'll leave a good review.
Okay, maybe some random employees, maybe, but overall, no. We're not going to just give you discounts for good reviews.
Yeah, and also like you're more likely to be handed a TripAdvisor card that has the associate's name written on it. After they've been really nice to you, you've been really nice to them. They think you're going to leave a nice review, but they're not going to give you a discount on the room or a meal for it. When we stayed together in Dallas, the server at the time, the management company was giving out $50 per TripAdvisor review to their associates. And she handed me a TripAdvisor card after breakfast, and she was like, "Hey, they're doing $50 for every time that my name gets mentioned in TripAdvisor. They're going to give me $50 on my paycheck." But she didn't. I didn't ask her to, and she didn't take any money off the food. It's not what it is.
Exactly. Ryan, thank you. Thanks for joining in. How you doing this evening? All right, let's go.
Don't use the glass cups in your room. There are so many maid stories of them saying that they just use the same rag from the bathroom to make it look clean.
Okay, so most hotels that have glasses in the rooms will have the glasses run through a professional grade dishwasher by their stewarding department, right? That's true over most hotels. There's been instances that I've seen, not where I'm at now, thankfully, but where I've seen that this has happened. I've also seen at a previous hotel, or I didn't see it, I heard of it, somebody using the toilet brush to also clean the sink. So
is that a training thing or a supplies thing?
No, that was just
An individual thing.
It was an individual thing, and it might have been a training thing because God bless this room attendant had no idea that she did anything wrong. She did it right in front of the director of rooms at the time. So it was like it wasn't even something that she's like, I'm doing it because I want to be lazy and just go quickly. It just happened. Like she just was doing it, and so I don't know if it was because I wasn't in housekeeping at the time, so I'm like I don't know all the details, but yeah, it happened. So I personally don't use glasses in hotels. I prefer, like Dylan mentioned earlier, I prefer the pre-wrapped cups, but depending on the brand that you're in will dictate whether or not you have glasses in the room or pre-wrapped cups.
Hotels are managed by a bunch of different management companies. You never know the quality of the management that you're staying with and the quality of the staff that you're staying with. So I understand your hesitation, but I have a trust that, any hotel that I go to, I would trust most would be having a professional grade dishwasher that they're running those glasses through.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, you can hear a horror story, but you can hear a horror story about just about anything. So I'm not too concerned about it. I don't think that it's the standard. Maids aren't doing that.
Well, Josh witnessed a housekeeper using glass cleaner on the glasses. That could make someone feel a little icky.
Well, it's glass cleaner. What are you?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
And has the pre-wrapped. That's a training thing or someone with questionable hygiene. Yeah, I mean,
Are they doing that at home? I hope.
That's definitely a lack of common sense to be like, maybe I shouldn't use this toilet brush to clean like the sink and the tub. No way I'd use a coffee maker, ice bucket, or glass without cleaning it myself. I don't care what brand.
Yeah, good comment, Heather. I mean, personally, with the ice bucket, it's not so bad with me because they always have the ice liners, the little bags that you put on there.
Right. Yeah. But if they don't have the liner, then it's iffy for me. Michael won't use the glasses in the room either; just not comfortable.
Too many people have seen the sausage get made.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And also, one thing to note too about what she says, she calls them maids.
Yeah, they're room attendants.
They're room attendants. And I don't think she was trying to be mean about it, but they're room attendants. That's their position. That's their title. So I think the consensus here is you can probably use the glasses, but most of us in the industry don't, except for Tom, because Tom calls ahead to all his hotels. So he asked them if they commercially wash the dishes. It's one of the.
I should add that to my checklist.
I was going to say you probably have a full checklist of everything that you asked.
I do have a full checklist, so it's time to add that one.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, cleaning it myself. Yeah, if I need to use it, I'm definitely cleaning it, or at least trying to. All right. What does she say next?
Most maid staffs don't have a whole lot of time to clean each room. You usually just end up fixing the sheets and pillows, but they don't change anything unless it's the end of the week or if there's a visible stain.
So pause it. I want to make a distinction here. I'm not sure if she knows what stayover service is.
That's true.
Because it's possible that what she means is during your stay, most are not going to change the sheets. She probably has an expectation that the sheets are changed every time.
True. That could be true. But the problem with that is she's putting this out as information for the world to see of things that we don't want them to know. So that's why we're here.
I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't think that she made that distinction clear enough. And I think that she means on your individual stay.
Yeah.
which is a standard. Like that's not something that they're expected to do.
But maybe, I don't know. She just doesn't make that distinction of during your stay. It's more of just they don't have time to change the sheets, or they don't have enough time to clean the room, so they don't change the sheets unless they have
notice,
to.
like it's a weird non sequitur unless it's the end of the week
Right, unless the end of the week.
or there's a visible stain. Like I'm thinking that she means during your stay. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Dylan says hotel policies since the pandemic on service regularity are inconsistent too. True.
True.
That's another fact to consider at this
And
point.
people don't call ahead, so they don't know that the hotel isn't going to be cleaning the room.
Right. Who is this girl with all these tips? Now, I don't. She's not a former worker. She's just a online personality that.
She may travel a lot.
No, she finds information and stuff like this and just redoes it. I've seen her do some other stuff on other items and weird things that you may not know. So, how about the guest that uses the ironing board to make a grilled cheese?
I have not seen that one yet, but I'm sandwich.
Kyle and I did reaction videos to videos like that like 2 years ago, and that was definitely on there. Using that, and I think I've even seen people use the coffee maker to like boil something in there. Like it's just outrageous what people are doing out there. Friend of Greg's, definitely not.
Okay, so
No worry, Heather.
So let's bring it back. If it's not for an individual stay, then what is she talking about?
Which is what I think we have to go by, because that's what people are going to take it as, right? It's going to be for any time that you're going into a hotel room. All the linen's changed. If you're going into a new hotel room for the first time, you're going to have fresh linen on your bed.
Now, have there been instances in our careers where we've seen it to where a room attendant didn't change the sheets? Yeah.
Yes.
But that's a write-up. So.
Yep, that's a write-up, and usually those people are on their way out the door. That's for sure. Steak in the coffee maker. I think that was it, Heather. Thank you so much. Washable marker check. Interesting. That's never thought about doing that one.
I'm assuming she means during the stay, but even if she is, we change every fourth day unless they request it to be changed sooner. And that's what I think she means by unless it's the end of the week or there's a visible stain. I think that she's not making the association of number of days that you've stayed. And so she has just noticed in her time staying at hotels that like just so happens towards the end of the week, her sheets get changed.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. But the way you say, oh, the room attendants don't have that much time to clean your room. I mean, if they're cleaning your stayover room, they're not in there very long anyway.
Right.
They're cleaning
Well,
your bathroom.
That makes her think that they're rushing.
True. That's true. You know what? She needs to work in a hotel and see what it's like. I think that's what we're down
I think I figured this one out, but next one.
All right.
If you want a deep clean in your room, tip your maid.
All right. Tip your maid regardless. I shouldn't even say maid. Tip your room attendant regardless.
See, she tripped me up too. The way that she has the terminology, I said maid earlier, and I didn't say room attendant.
Tip your maid. Yeah. Give your room attendant a tip either way. They work their asses off. But I mean, I don't know if that's going to necessarily make them deep clean your room. If they're not a good room attendant, they're going to clean it exactly the same. But if they're a good room attendant, they're going to do it anyway. A stayover service is a stayover service. They're not going to do anything special unless you ask them.
Well, it's not even like the standard is to make the room as clean as possible. If you're a good room attendant, you're already doing 100% of your effort. So I don't know what she necessarily means by deep clean. Would that be like getting the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Getting grout, like
cleaning your glasses and changing your sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, always tip. I feel like people who make these videos should be mandated to work in a hotel for a month. I can second that. There's a nice hotel in the suburbs here of Chicago that Tom and I came from that it really opened their eyes to what's going on there.
You got to call her and let her know that she's got a position as a room attendant at the Blackstone.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. They might beat her up. I got a tough group of room attendants.
No, I
They're
don't know,
nice.
Michael. I think she might stick around for it. Well, it's possible.
A month in housekeeping might be a little tough. Let's
It's tough. It's
a
not
week.
easy work.
I mean, after a day, just cleaning rooms, your body's just
We'll
doesn't.
start with the week.
Start with a week, and we'll make it a challenge for her. Housekeeping is the heart of hospitality. Adam, thank you. Actually, I was going through some old YouTube videos, Adam, and I saw you commenting on stuff that we were putting out years ago. So thanks for sticking around and coming back. Heather, so I am at the Blackstone Hotel, downtown Chicago, and Thomas is at the Pendry Hotel. But we've been around the market a bit. Do we ever conclude why she kneels in the chair to host the video?
I'm telling you, Dylan, it's hype.
It's for the views.
The views. We're gonna start doing it.
Dylan, look at how many likes she has. 513,000 likes, 2.1 thousand comments.
Your number of views. Total.
We'll get there.
But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, we got to get this ad revenue in somehow. So.
All right, and next.
The best time to book a hotel is ASAP because prices always tend to go up. But if you're trying to book a hotel room at night, it's definitely going to be more expensive than trying to book it during the day because that's when most people are trying to get a room.
She clearly doesn't know how revenue strategies work. It's not frequent that hotels are changing their rates the day of or, by the minute, by the hour. Yeah, rates change. Definitely, especially if there's pickup. But it's not. I don't think it's really based on what is being looked at. It's more of what's actually been booked. This might be referring to an OTA. I think OTAs will fluctuate their rates like airlines do, but not a brand.com site.
I've had it to where at an individual property level, if it's like a last sell room and it's a suite or something, and we know that there's high demand, we might hike the rate for like the last room, but I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I mean,
me neither.
Have you heard of Hotel Tonight?
Hotel Tonight? Yeah, don't remind me. She can wear producer Dave leggings in the cartoon form. Oh, that'd be wonderful.
I wish I had a graphic to throw up for that, Greg. I'll show
right.
everybody.
Maybe not true. Bruce Jordan would change rates 5 to 6 times a day. Wow. What kind of hotel was he running at the time when he would do it? Because when the hotels I've been in, maybe they're just too much bureaucracy and too much going on. Like our revenue manager managed 6, 7, 8 hotels when we were in Oak Lawn, right? So he's not sitting there watching our rates and our occupancy. Now, when I worked at O'Hare, we would raise the rates multiple times throughout the night, depending on the pickup and everything. So that we did. But in a general hotel downtown, let's say downtown Chicago, right where we work, we're not changing the rate that often.
Yeah, not the same night at least.
Yeah. So he studied peak booking hours and made a lot of flex decisions to RevMax. Good for him. I'm sure he worked out for him too. Probably made a lot of money for his properties. Absolutely.
Okay, is there another one after this?
Yeah, there's a little bit more. In Freezer, whole city is sold out. At another property, we would raise rates. PGA is in town in May. She should tell me what's a good time to book. Yeah, let's submit that question. Yeah, already property changed a few times. Yeah, I was at Hilton O'Hare and it changed frequently, and a lot of times I had to be the one to do the changing. Now opaque is a different matter. Exactly. All right, let's finish.
If you're booking online, make sure you clear your history after comparing prices for a little bit because websites will raise the prices if they see you're looking at their page for too long. Here's some.
So, first of all, if this were the case, you wouldn't be clearing your history; you'd be clearing your browser cookies.
I think that's what she was referring to, but even then, that's more of an OTA thing. That's not a brand.com. You can't go to Hilton or Marriott.com and browse these sites and then go back up 5 minutes later and the rate went up unless they just happen to raise the rates during that time. but
Right.
typically they're not.
Or there were bookings that occurred in that time, which hence would have changed the rates.
But even then, like Hilton uses Grow these days, right? And I don't even think Grow will raise the rates in real time. I think they do it at specific timings of the day. I don't remember exactly because I didn't really use it, but I think it was. I think it
those
was
training
during
videos were
specific time.
not very informative. I've got to say, Hilton, you got to up your
Mhm.
quality there. Let's see.
Yeah, here we go. Yes, just giving hotel reservations systems far too much credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she saw what we were working with FSPMS, yeah, she would change her tune completely. She'd be like, "Yeah, this can't do all
There's no
that."
way. Yeah, she said there's no way.
Absolutely not. Yeah, Tom, you start your next video kneeling on a chair and your views skyrocket. I won't blame you for all
See-
kneeling in future videos.
Dylan, I don't disagree. I think that would happen where our views would skyrocket, but I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm not ready to shell out for the money yet.
It's time, Tom. You want this this new lens? We gotta do it.
Yeah. If you guys know any advertisers, we'll get them in here.
Nah, you know what? We might know some chair companies that will be willing to sponsor you if
We
you stand
might.
on them.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
reach out to some hotel furniture companies and we'll have them.
It needs to be like a bar stool though. So get ready to crouch.
Yeah, this way I'll have my burger and a beer on a bar stool.
Exactly. Where does she get all her tips from? Probably the darkest bowels of the internet somewhere.
I
She
think
probably
she
saw.
had to make up a couple of them.
You think so?
Or like I think that like that one with the cleaning service has got to be a misinterpretation of previous experience that she had at a hotel.
Let me see here. See if she's put any additional comments. No, but people are debunking her online too. My nana works at a hotel. She tells me stories about how many people try to get free rooms by using stupid excuses or being rude. She usually deals with them by giving them free candy. Nice. I love it. I love it. You got to find her on YouTube. Yeah, so she doesn't usually do hotel content, right? But she does a lot of these short videos, TikToks. I can bring her back up. Her name is down here at the bottom, Only JS. So I think she has the same screen name on TikTok and obviously now YouTube as well. So,
LinkedIn user Ola. Is this Rocco?
maybe I don't have LinkedIn open at the moment because I had YouTube open over here for the shorts. But it could be Rocco.
We shall see. We shall see.
Dylan.
Jump over to YouTube. This way we'll be able to see you come through our feed.
Is she free to join us on Thursday? I don't think she will be. I think she's a little bit too busy and popular for us. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to ask. I could send her this video and be like, "Hey, come defend yourself on Hospitality MD. We got a bunch of hoteliers that want to beat you up in chat."
Give me a second here. I'm going to jump over to LinkedIn.
Yeah, Craig says it is Rocco. Rocco, welcome in.
Welcome. We've got
there
a
it is.
beautiful show coming up on Thursday. Looking forward to welcoming Rocco in as our special guest for the PM shift. So, guys, got to stay tuned for that. Join us on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central. I'm very excited for this conversation.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
forward to it.
Tom's been talking about it nonstop since you and Rocco connected. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to it as well. Kyle will be back for that one.
Kyle's gonna
Um,
love that one too. I think the topic
yeah.
is something that Kyle's very passionate about. So
Yeah, absolutely. So, Tom, you had some tips or hotel secrets to share.
the only hotel secrets that I can think of that we really don't want our guests to know, and please, guys, throw some comments in the chat. I want to see what secrets that we really don't want our guests to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, 1 second, Heather. We're glad that you found this as well. But definitely jump over to our YouTube, subscribe, because sometimes we put stuff out there that
Yep.
won't carry over to Facebook. So make sure you find us there, find us on LinkedIn, and stay connected with us.
The channels don't all speak to each other very well, so the best place to find us is LinkedIn, or it's
Chelsea.
LinkedIn and YouTube.
Kyle and her battle of the year.
It would be like watching like Godzilla and King Kong going at it.
Absolutely.
No, the only secrets that I think we really don't want our guests to know are more of the administrative things. Like, we don't want you to know that we're understaffed. We're gonna go out of our way to make sure that your experience is seamless. You have no idea that the whole time, there were gaps. We want those gaps to be imperceptible, undetectable.
I got one.
What's up?
We do not want our guests to know why we're actually walking them to another property, aka sold out, oversold. We don't want them to know that. So a lot of times I've been at properties, and I'm sure a lot of people still do it. They go with the maintenance excuse. Oh, something happened with the room. And I think that's only happened once or twice where it actually was true, where we actually lost rooms and like, oh, it looks like we're gonna have to relocate somebody. But typically that's the reasoning behind it that's given.
That did happen to us when the guest put their wedding dress on the sprinkler and caused 2 floors to go out of order. We had to walk guests for maintenance that day.
Oh, that was at McCormick.
That was at McCormick. Yeah.
Yeah. Destination
fees. We don't want guests to know about the destination fees.
we don't want them to know why there's destination fees, for no reason, just to pad the bottom line. It's because the department heads and the executive committee want their bonus at the end of the year, so it's all pure profit.
Pure profit.
Yeah. I thought the pipe burst and took out a stack. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. You don't want the guests to know the restaurant ran out of food. I was saying also to Greg, you don't want the guests to know that your executive chef resigned.
Right. Exactly. Were we live when Kyle gave the story about what happened at Indian Lakes when we didn't have food on the holiday? Were we live for that, or was that separate?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either, so I'll just kind of summarize it because I wasn't there for it. But the kitchen didn't have enough food, and it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think it was Eve, holiday weekend. Kyle was working front desk MOD, and whoever was in the restaurant was freaking out because they didn't know what to do. They were lost. So one of the more experienced F&B managers came in, looked in the fridge, saw what we had, and remade a menu on the spot with what we could do.
Oh, I think menu. We did talk about this.
Yeah. So that's another. You don't want the guests to know that you ran out of food. Ooh, hold on, we gotta.
Adam, absolutely. There's tax on the service charges. There's taxes on the taxes. Order one thing from IRD at a downtown property, and you have your fees and service charges and taxes are going to be just as much of like the item that you ordered.
Right. Yep. It's going to be double. You see $23 for that club sandwich, expect it to be $46. Yeah. At least. All right. Where are we at here? Heather said we had to relocate when a room attendant didn't want to work, so she started the laundry chute on fire. What?
Whoa.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh. We had to relocate when a room attendant didn't want to. What do you mean relocate? What am I
relocate?
missing?
Relocate guests. They had a lot of guests because they couldn't. Well, did you have to relocate them because of like the smoke and the fire, or did you have to do it because
operations here?
Yeah, did you lose all your linen and couldn't get your room cleaned? Obviously, because the room attendant wasn't there. There's a lot of questions to be answered there. Michael said we don't want you to know why we had to change your room type. Yeah. Yes. So guess what that room is out for maintenance, like Greg said. Yes, that's another oversell situation typically, or somebody just messed up and.
I can't tell you how many times I've had. I mean, I've made the mistake too early, but learned from that mistake and then had to kind of mentor from there. But giving too many complimentary upgrades and then not having inventory for the people that actually booked that room.
There was water everywhere. I've had guests get attached to our 2 largest suites and become aggressively pushy and demanding them a 2-tier upgrade. I've booked them for myself while they were on the phone yelling at staff. So Dylan booked the rooms for himself. Nice. I hope you enjoyed your lounge in there that night. Played some music extra loud for him. Dylan wouldn't do that. He's too nice. But one thing, not really a secret, but something I think guests should know is why we can't confirm specific rooms and connecting rooms.
This is huge.
It is because it's very difficult and it's hard for people to understand,
Yeah. So Greg,
especially if you're not in the industry.
I love room 2603, and I stay in room 2603 every time. Why can't you give me 2603 today?
Oh, that's because that room is occupied.
Oh.
Wait, but I think I read a story on like Tales from the Front Desk on Reddit where like, but that's always my room. I always get that room. Can you ask that guest to move? And they're like, no, we cannot.
But even if the room is not occupied, it's still hard to confirm. Like it's even hard to confirm a floor to somebody because you never know when, pieces kind of get jumbled around sometimes. Unless you really have a concerted effort to ensure that this is happening, it's impossible. I mean, connecting confirmed before Hilton rolled out their program, even with the new program, it's a nightmare. It's so hard to get right every time.
Yeah, because if that guest extends in that connecting room, I mean, I've had guests move if we knew that they were like, hey, I want to stay another night. Say, this room type, we're sold out of it. We can put you in a different room.
Or real maintenance issues. If there's a maintenance issue with the connecting room and you've got arrivals, you've got to tell somebody that they're not going to get what they booked. And a lot of people, when they book connecting rooms, really need those connecting rooms. It's like
absolutely
paramount to their trip.
Yeah. Mike has a good one for things we don't want our guests to know.
And Mike, good to see you, by the way. Welcome back to the PM shift. It's been a minute.
Glitter, gummy bears, daisies, hot rooms equals bed bugs. Yes, we do not want our guests to know if we had bed bugs, if we've had bed bugs, that we're treating bed bugs. We want to not even say the word in the earshot of the guest.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
What other?
We usually just say BB or I can't remember what we used to say at some of the other properties, but
I would always say BB. And the funny thing is, it's like, bed bugs, people don't want to hear it. Bed bugs are going to happen at any property.
Yeah, it's unavoidable.
All of them have had them. Luckily, there's ways to treat for bed bugs and to make sure that that's going to be nice and safe and secure for the future guests. But I hate that, especially when they come down in like a pre-wrapped bag with a bed bug inside. Like, wait, you treat 6 bed bugs inside of a plastic bag?
Or what if they bring you the old crusty one that's like dried out, like it's been dead for weeks? Like this wasn't crawling on your bed today. Or if they bring a water beetle down and like, this is bed bugs. It was in my bathtub. It's like, yeah, bed bugs aren't in your bathtub.
That's like the jaded mentality that I had at the end of our time at our previous property, where like things would happen or things would be brought up to me, and I genuinely would not believe them. Like I'd be like, true, like you're trying to get one over on me. This is crazy.
So that room attendant went to jail, which is probably where she belongs, for setting your hotel on fire. That would have been you. $46 for a club sando, worth it. You know what, the club sandwich at Oak Lawn was actually delicious.
Tight.
It was really good. Bread was really good, buttery,
crunchy,
toasted.
toasted.
Yeah, exactly. While you talk about fires, Greg, watch what I'm about to send you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that did sound expensive, for sure.
Oh. He sent me a...
Why don't hotels guarantee connecting rooms? Hotels, so Hilton actually does guarantee connecting confirmed. I don't know the verbiage, Greg, if you're not predisposed.
No, you're good.
Is the new verbiage on connecting confirmed? They are guaranteeing those rooms, right?
They are guaranteeing those rooms. Yep.
So it does get guaranteed these days, and it happens through the system, but it still requires a good amount of front office effort to make sure that it goes through.
Yes. So if the hotel rooms in the on-queue side are shown as connecting, when they book confirm connecting, the system will automatically assign to those rooms, which in theory is great. But on a sold out night, when you're playing Tetris with those rooms and the room types and trying to get yourself to that sellout and get everybody in the right room, it's difficult.
How about at our previous property, Greg, where it said that 12-13 and 12-15 were connecting, but it's one door over and they were not connecting. Connecting confirmed would come through for these 2 rooms that were on opposite sides of the hall.
Yeah, they had a little couple doors in between that didn't connect. I think you could have connected them all, but yeah, we just had to move one of them over. Um, we did a decent job at looking at that in advance.
Chelsea, I agree. Yes, I don't know what you're saying yes to. So throw a comment down. Let me know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't guarantee, but we do our best to accommodate if we can. Always. That's always what we're going to do, the best that we can do. So that's another secret. We're trying our best. We don't want you to be upset. We don't want you to be mad. We want you to enjoy your stay and have a wonderful time.
I think that that's also something that we want our guests to know, is that we really are here to advocate for you. We really are here to make you have, not make you, but to see you have the best stay you possibly can. We're going to do everything in our power to make that happen. So if it looks like to you that we're like the grumpy, mean, arbiter of what happens next, it's not the case. We're really here to make things right for you.
Absolutely.
If you're working with somebody who's good at their job.
Right. Guest wanted to say room. We had beds that had a solid base. Turns out he had hidden tons of porn and other things. Wow.
I'm afraid of the other things now.
I'm afraid of asking, where is this hotel at, Heather? Where do I need to stay away from?
What about if a guest calls and says, hey, I'm coming in with my friend. I want to have my room next to theirs. This is their name. Can I have my room next door?
I can notate the reservation, but they also have to call to confirm.
Yep. Your friend has to let us know too, because
we don't know who you are. What if they're trying to avoid you?
Exactly.
I've had people come and be like, I want to be away from everybody in my wedding party, or from the wedding party, or this group. I don't want to be next to anybody. So you never know. All right, where we now? Got to catch up with some of these.
No, we're a little far behind today. You guys are throwing them in.
Dylan,
awesome.
The state was calling hotels this week to relocate a family of elderly infested with bed bugs. We weren't the kind hearted this time. I don't blame you for avoiding that one, Dylan. I have a good story. I was on task force at the Home 2 Suites in Columbus, Indiana, and I was there for a month. I had somebody come in that wanted to give a homeless person a room for the night. They said they were going to pay for everything. We're not an amenity rich hotel, right? The Home 2 Suites, they just basically the room and the sweet shop. So he bought him some snacks, some food, and he went to the room. The guy didn't cause any issues at all. Turns out, though, after he checked out, bedbug was found in the room. So he actually came back to do it again when I was off shift. So I got called down by the person working the front desk because he asked for me specifically, and I had to then tell him I couldn't let him stand there like to their face. And I pulled the guy to the side and tell him it's because we found bed bugs last time, so we really can't take that risk again. And he was very nice about it, thankfully, but I feel terrible having to do that because you just need a nice warm place to sleep for the night.
Here's one we want our guests to know. I would love for everybody to know. No glitter. Why are you being glitter in a hotel room?
Right.
Not a party supply. You're just gonna ruin the carpets, you're gonna ruin the sofa, the soft stuff. Just don't do it. That is hugely an environmental issue.
Yeah. 100%.
Impossible to clean.
What is it? I'm showing the bites of my arm. Fact happened at hotel. Oh, at the Disneyland Resort. Yeah. See, no place is safe. No place is safe from the glitter, or for the unwanted guests. Night Otter helped himself to breakfast and had a suit jacket caught on fire. Oh, is that the video you sent me, Yaz? I didn't get that far because I got to get back to the stream, but I'll take a look at that. We want you to come bake. Let's see.
Restraining order for which part? See, now I keep on getting lost. I feel like
we're too far behind. Restraining order for the guy, the homeless guy. if that's what you're talking about, no, he was really nice, and the guy that was covering the room for him was really nice. The homeless guy was actually really calm, quiet, didn't cause any trouble, didn't come down, make a fuss. Was able to get a nice shower and everything. So I'm glad we were able to do that for him. But I didn't want to then be the person that kept checking in the bed guy into the hotel, and it was a brand new hotel; it had just opened. So,
Literal hotels like balloons at a movie theater. Mike, I picked up what you were putting down a couple of seconds after I let the comment go, but I know, I figured.
oh, back to Noel. Noel, I don't know if you remember when we worked at Crown, we actually had bed bugs in the theater. I remember that happening, and to this day, I'm still paranoid going to movie theaters that aren't leather because I'm like, oh, is there bed bugs in here? Or lice? It was lice. It wasn't bed bugs.
What Kyle spooked me about during the pandemic was he said, "Yeah, I never take the CTA because there's bed bugs all over the seats." And I'm like, "What?
You never heard that?
Don't tell me that."
Oh yeah, there's bed bug infestations there. I mean, I think New York's bad too. Like it's just big cities. They have places to hide and plenty of people to feed on.
For having felt fabric seats, just nobody needs that. Just make them plastic.
No, and also like if people urinate themselves on those fabric seats, like they're not cleaning it.
Why was it fabric? Whose decision was this?
Wait a minute. Here I am talking about whether or not they're cleaning something. Like if I know, you know what? I'm not going to be like this other content creator.
The CTA is different than a hotel room. I guarantee you they're not cleaning the seats.
There are people that clean CTA trains. Whether or not they clean the seats, I've never seen it happen.
I'm sure they shampoo the seats regularly enough, but
yes, bed bugs on airplanes.
No, don't tell me. No.
Yeah, well, think about it. If it gets in your luggage, where does your luggage go? On an airplane. That's why you get a hard case. That's why you're supposed to put your luggage in the bathtub when you first arrive. Why you check your room?
No.
No?
Never done that.
What's something else that we want our guests to know? We might be slightly annoyed when you ask for 8 extra sets of towels for your family of 3.
Yes.
Especially if the linen's tight and we don't want you to know the linen's tight.
That's something that we don't want you to know is the linen's tight. Or we don't want you to know it's not that they had a number of different orders. It's that we were going from closet to closet trying to find the exact specification that you were asking for.
Yeah. Right.
And this even happened to me at a downtown property. I was running towels, and at the time we were having linen issues. It was impossible to get hand towels. Literally, they were in like 1 or 2 of the closets in the entire hotel, and they were not inside of those closets. So, and the guests really, really wanted a hand towel.
Oops.
Oh.
Oops.
I would be gone from the desk for like 45 minutes, and I'd come back and be like, "Oh my God, it took me forever to find a hand towel." It would come to the point I would bring them like
from home.
I would bring like a bath towel and a washcloth, and then I would like try to pass it off like I was just like that's what the set was, and it would stop me. They'd be like, "Where's the hand towel?"
Oh, I must have forgot. Sorry, I'll go back and get it.
I'll be right back.
I really like the dry erase marker test mentioned earlier. Smart. See, Dylan, we're here to learn and share ideas and grow. I think that is a very smart idea. Under par, it's not possible. I don't believe it. Yeah, a hotel would never be under par. I was actually very fortunate that we got all new linen in my property right before I started working there. So we are beyond par right now, and
excellent.
I'm loving it. I don't know if I don't think I have any other ones. Did you have one that we didn't talk about yet? No, I think we got them.
We don't want you to know that we're understaffed. We don't want you to know. There was a good one, Craig, that the restaurant ran out of food, or I was talking about the chef resigning. Yeah, we don't want you to know who else is staying at the hotel, obviously.
Oh, we don't want you to know that the mini bar / fridge in the room is always breaking.
We don't want you to know that it is really easy to just say, I didn't have that in the minibar. And we will just comp that because it's impossible to prove.
Right.
And it's better not to charge somebody that really didn't deserve it than, to give up a little bit of that revenue for somebody that's willing to lie about it.
Yeah, it's not worth the trouble. Same thing. I mean, if you're nice enough to, I guess this kind of goes to her point from the video. If you're nice enough and you're like, hey, I didn't know the phone call was going to be this expensive, or
Right. I tapped the high-speed internet on accident, and I didn't mean to.
right. That's easy for us to be okay. Here, just get it back. Or I didn't order that movie. My kid must have done it on accident. Like, okay, it's an adult movie, but sure, whatever you say.
Oh,
It's not worth it.
we don't want you to know that there is still availability for late checkout, but it's going to make things really tight. And it makes things tougher on the operation. So even though I said we're completely out of late checkouts for the day, we could probably squeeze one more in.
Right. One thing I do want guests to know is that we would love to check you in early, but sometimes it's impossible, especially if it's 8 or 9 a.m. and we're sold out the night before.
It's physically impossible to check you in. You come in at 7 a.m. I would check you in if we've got a room available, depending on the property. But if it's dirty, I'm not going to let you in there. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. You ever have to discuss how we calculate damage costs with guests? It's never easy. I've had to not really calculate it with them, but I've had to defend it with people that have smoked in the rooms or damaged the room. And
the number is,
I think we've had some people attack our employees in the lobby and broke some screens, and I charged them for it, and they were like yelling at me on why they're being charged. I said, well, you broke a computer screen. We had to get you arrested to get you out of here. Somebody's got to pay for it. Ain't going to be me. Third-party guest thinks they are example only Spire member. Yeah, we do want you to know that, I'd love to give you your honors or Spire membership or whatever it is, but specifically says in the rules you can't have it unless you book direct.
Or even, they're thinking that they see the people get the water bottles, or they see people get the benefit, and they want to get a benefit even though they don't have the membership.
Yeah, right. Find you on YouTube. Any other channels? No other channels, but we are also on LinkedIn if you want to connect and find us on hospitality. We do
personally.
Yeah, we do a lot of updates on LinkedIn more. We have an Instagram account that we update a little bit more sporadically. Actually, Craig Sullivan puts up more updates for us than we do for ourselves. So thank you, Craig.
More clips than we do for ourselves. Thank you, Dylan. We love it.
Yeah, thank you both. Awesome.
You guys are honorary members.
We're sold out the night after you leave.
We're not sold out the night after you leave.
Oh, that we are not sold out the night. Oh, I think this is in reference to the late checkout.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we're not sold out.
Yes, we can tell how many minutes you didn't watch that adult movie. Yeah, I remember when I had to post LodgeNet charges when I was at O'Hare because I worked overnight. I had to print it during night when the system was running, and so I had to repost charges. And you see everything, titles and everything. It's just, and then they come to check out in the morning. You're just like, I need this separate receipt, please. It's like, I bet you do.
See, I never had a system that allowed me to see information about the actual content that was being displayed. It always just came up as movie charge in OnQ.
Yeah, in OnQ or the system, it'll say that, but through the actual LodgeNet or whatever system, the TV system, it'll show it.
I had access to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you didn't do the overnights there. We don't want you to know that most breakfast food is microwaved. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess in the buffets and are they microwave or are they turbo chef? Yeah,
depends on the property.
Yeah, it depends on the property. Home 2 Suites, we use the turbo chef. I know that, but I don't know about other property brands.
They have the guests microwave it themselves these days.
Oh, do you? Interesting. Yeah, when I was in Indiana, it was during the pandemic. It was before the vaccines even they were just rolling out. So it was still pandemic, and we would warm them up for them, I think, or we were trying to get to that point. I don't know. Craig is the man.
Is the man.
The
Absolute.
man.
Absolute.
Late checkouts get complicated at Marriott, handing silver, gold, and platinum plus, all having different suggested max times. We'd prefer guests not to bring up the late checkouts for other classes.
Here's the worst question you can give somebody at the front desk. What's the latest checkout that I can get?
Yes, that's something. That's a secret I want people to know. I used to hate that question. Not hate. I dislike that question a lot because you can stay as long as you want as long as you're willing to pay for it.
Right. What's the latest checkout I can? Okay. Well, what they mean is what's the latest complimentary checkout that they can get?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
on your membership.
Yeah, it depends on your membership, and it depends how
And the
busy we are. It depends on
business.
if you're being nice.
See that the first point. Got to be nice.
You got to be nice. We gave her a half a point for that one. She was half right on some of it. You got to be nice. If you're gonna be mean, okay, I'm sorry. 12:30. We gotta get their room. Their room is sold out for tonight.
Well, I was staying in Florida at Pensacola Beach, and this legitimately happened to me. I had a night
You get it.
associate. It was either the night auditor or the PM front desk agent. It was right there on the line, and I remember requesting late checkout and saying like, "Hey, my flight's at this time. If I could get, at 1 p.m., I want to be able to hang out at the beach before my flight." Well, they were calling me at 11, kicking me out and saying that my late checkout had been revoked.
Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't even know that was possible.
I mean, hey, it depends on the
anything. Yeah, I guess anything's possible, right? Michael does not miss the guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkouts. Michael, I envy you. I guess this is something I would like guests to know is that if you have one of these late checkouts and you leave early, check out at the front desk. Let somebody know, because there may be a room attendant waiting for you to leave that room, because we're not going to knock until after 4, waiting for you to leave so they can clean the room and then go home and be with their family, or take their hour and a half commute home on the train and bus. So just let somebody know. Doesn't hurt. Just say, hey, check it out. Here are my keys. Nothing past 2 p.m. That's right. I'm just kidding.
I mean, what also kind of used to bother me is, especially when they were less transparent about the membership program benefits, where they kind of left it up to the properties to set it up. It's like,
right. Yeah, that's how Hilton is. At least
it's a little shady when you're leaving it up to the associates to give the judgment call on.
Right, which I think is, as much as it gives us operational issues, I think Marriott being like just straight up, this is your benefit. You can have a guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout if you're titanium and platinum, or titanium ambassador. So great. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You get it. That's your benefit. It's not up to each property. It's consistent across the brand.
It's not, well, last time I stayed, I got this, and this time I'm staying at the same property and I'm getting that. Ban Daniel Morales. Why would I ever ban Daniel? I love Daniel.
Tom, it's because you're lacking as a producer today.
Oh no, what I miss?
No, nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think Daniel's probably maybe burning the midnight oil, or catching up later.
Didn't he comment at the start of the program, or am I tripping?
I don't remember seeing him. No, Craig and Michael and Dylan were here in the beginning, and Josh.
Daniel, if you watch this replay, I miss you, and I want to see your awesome questions come through.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you. And it's probably something that I wouldn't know if I wasn't in my current position, because that's one thing. I go up to walk my departures after 4, and I'm like, I go to the room and they're like, oh yeah, they left already. Or I go in there and you can tell it's just been empty.
Or especially, ask for that late checkout. You got to let us know.
Free Daniel.
What have I done? Dylan's coming after me today.
Communication is key.
External and internal.
Absolutely. Oh, all right. We're already at an hour, man.
I know. I was just about to say we're at an hour.
We're at an hour. So I think this might be where we wrap it up.
Now, did you guys know, I did mention it earlier in the program, but we do have a special guest coming through on Thursday. Rocco, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, say what's up. We have Rocco Bova coming on for a special presentation on Hospitality MD's, the PM shift. where we will be. I don't know. Should I reveal the topic? I don't know if I should. You guys just got to come here and see and
Yeah.
find out. What we're gonna check
Mike,
out.
you got to come back on Thursday and watch us again. So thank
Yep.
you for being.
Yep, coming on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central. We're going to be going for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour again. And yeah, look out for our clips that we're going to throw up on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. The more interaction that we get with the videos, the more likely the algorithm is going to boost these videos. We are hoping to reach our 1,000 subscriber milestone very soon here. We just crossed the 800 mark, and we are narrowed in on closing this gap. So help us get this 1,000 subscriber goal, and we're going to finally qualify for this ad revenue that we've been making.
yeah, that's a great way to get people to come
Listen,
in.
I'm
Like, hey,
just
you're gonna get
be
more.
honest with them.
You're gonna get more
I'm
ads.
going to be honest with them, okay? This is what I want my guests to know.
In the middle of our live show, it's gonna cut away to just this barstool company of Tom sitting on a barstool. Like,
It's going to say brought to you by Tom.
brought to
He
you
wanted to give you a 5-minute ad in the middle of your video.
by Tom on a stool, just for you. Yeah. So, and don't forget, check out Craig Sullivan's page, California Lodging and Investment Conference. We were on Click Connect
New
this
videos
morning.
now.
Craig will be on the PM shift next month. Myself, Tom, and Kyle will be on Friday Night Audit with Craig Sullivan and Glenn Houseman next month as well. And then we will be streaming live from Click 6, March 2nd, after the conference, after party bonanza. So that's going to be fun. We're going live. Friday Night Audit's going live. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be the first time that Tom, Kyle, and I will be doing a PM shift in person. We've always done these virtually, so we're going to be in person with each other for the very first time.
The first time the three of us are going to be at a conference together, because you guys have both gone out to conferences together before, but I've never been able to make it. So this is going to be the first time that I'll be able to make it. So we'll make sure to put some content out for you guys, get some vlogs through, all kinds of things.
Yep, and hopefully we're going to see a lot of fun faces out there. I'm sure Calvin will be there. He's out in California. Obviously, Craig, Glenn, bunch of friendly faces. Maybe some surprise guests. I mean, we still haven't heard from Josh if he's coming or not. If he's something.
True.
So we shall see. But I think that's about it for right now.
Heather, I'm going to be honest. I'm here for the money. Let's go.
Yeah. But is it lunch money?
It's going to be a couple pennies. It's probably going to be a penny or two.
Yeah,
but
if
got to start somewhere. Craig.
Yeah, a penny a day will get you nowhere.
You can rub 2 pennies together.
Yes, Friday Night Audit is a great time. I've actually been trying to catch the replays lately. They just have such a great time. So I'm looking forward to being on that one. But I think I'm trying to talk my bosses into letting me go.
Please come.
Josh, if you need some help with reasons, on why you should go there representing your company, I'm sure Craig and I and Tom and Kyle can come up with something to really convince them and drive it home. Convert that over.
I mean, we were already putting deals together last episode, so got to make sure that those deals close.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with making a little money, or making money, I should say. So,
2 pennies.
2 pennies. Rub the pennies together. Well, great. Well, it's been fun. I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and we will see you on Thursday. You binge watch Friday Night Audit? Next thing you know, start that Friday. It's Monday morning. It's time to go to work. Yeah, exactly. It'll be a haze. All right. Good night, everyone.